You know, for a quarter century, the internet's had a front door, and we all called it search. But right now, the very foundation of how we find things online, a system that's been rock solid for decades, is completely changing. This is the end of search as we know it, and we're here to break down what's coming next.
Just think about it for a second. Anytime you wanted to know something, anything at all, you'd type a few words into a box and get that classic list of 10 blue links. That one simple action has defined the internet for billions of us. So what happens when the box and the links just go away? When the answer just appears without you ever having to click? That's the world we're stepping into.
All right, so to really get a handle on where we're going, we first have to appreciate the world we're leaving behind. For more than 2 decades, a single set of rules decided who got seen online. Let's call it the era of SEO.
Right. Search Engine Optimization, or SEO. It was basically the art and science of getting your website to the top of that list of blue links. It was this whole complex game of picking the perfect keywords, getting other important sites to link back to you, and basically convincing Google's algorithm that your page was the most legit answer. That was the playbook.
And this was no small-time operation. SEO ballooned into a massive, over $80 billion global industry. I mean, entire companies exist just to master these rules. And the foundation of that entire industry? It just cracked.
The earthquake that's shaking everything up is, you guessed it, artificial intelligence. And this isn't just another little update or a new algorithm. No, this is a complete rewrite of the physics of how we find information. We're shifting from a world of links to a world of language.
Our own behavior is changing, right? We're not just firing off these short little queries into a search bar anymore. Now, we're having these deep, back-and-forth conversations with AI models like ChatGPT or Gemini. We're asking follow-up questions, we're asking for summaries. We're basically treating the search engine like a personal research assistant.
And think about how short those old queries were. In the classic world of search, the average query was just 4 words long. You know, best coffee near me, or how to tie a tie. Short, sweet, and to the point.
And now, the new average is 23 words. Just let that sink in for a minute. We've gone from a short little phrase to a full descriptive paragraph. We're not just asking what anymore. We're explaining why we want to know. We're giving context, and we're asking for a fully synthesized answer. It's the perfect picture of that shift from a simple lookup to a complex conversation.
And that's because these large language models, the LLMs, they do something fundamentally different. They don't just hand you a list of 10 articles and say, good luck. They actually read those articles for you. They remember what you asked 5 minutes ago, they figure out what you really want, and they craft a single new answer from all that information. This is why the old rules of keywords and backlinks are suddenly going extinct. So, if the old playbook is officially obsolete, what takes its place? Well, we're now in Act 2 of search. And it has a brand new name, Generative Engine Optimization.
So what is Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO? It's not about trying to trick an algorithm to rank your link higher. It's about creating and structuring your content so well that an AI wants to find it, understand it, and, this is the key part, cite it as a source in the answers it generates.
This changes the entire goal. See, SEO is a game of keywords and clicks. It was all about driving traffic to your page. GEO, on the other hand, is a game of language and meaning. It's about becoming a trusted source for the AI itself. The goal isn't just visibility anymore, it's influence.
And that means we need all new metrics. Forget about click-through rates. The new key performance indicator, the new KPI, is something called reference rate. How often is your brand, your data, or your perspective cited in an AI's response? Are you part of the answer? That's the only question that matters. It's not about getting on the list anymore. It's about getting into the model's mind.
So how do you actually do this? Well, these generative engines are looking for a different kind of content. They want information that's really well organized, super easy for a machine to parse. They reward content that's dense with actual meaning, not just stuffed with keywords. Even simple stuff like using clear headings, using bullet points, and having good summary sentences can make a huge difference in helping an LLM pull out and use your information correctly.
But here's where we zoom out.
because this shift is way bigger than just marketing. We are watching search transform from a product you visit into a fundamental utility, a piece of infrastructure that runs underneath the entire internet.
Think about it. AI is being baked into literally everything, from Notion and Figma to all our messaging apps. And since AIs can't hold all of the world's information in their memory, they need to be able to search for it constantly in real time. So this search capability is becoming a foundational layer, like an invisible plumbing system that's being embedded in almost every tool you use.
Now, this move has three huge consequences. First, you get fragmentation. Instead of one search box for everything, we're going to see specialized search tools for different jobs. Second, new revenue models are going to pop up, where companies get paid for successful outcomes, not just for clicks. And third, quality becomes the only thing that matters. The best, most accurate retrieval of information will be the main differentiator, not who has the best ad placement.
And whenever a core piece of the internet gets rebuilt like this, it creates an absolutely massive business opportunity. The new high-stakes race isn't about building a prettier homepage for a search engine. It's about who gets to control this new, invisible layer of internet infrastructure.
Okay, now this part is fascinating. The old SEO market was always super fragmented. You had lots of successful tool providers, sure, but no single company ever owned the ecosystem. Google held the power, but no one vendor controlled the whole process. GEO could be the exact opposite. It's got the potential to be a centralized, API-driven market where maybe just a few platforms become the essential gatekeepers for brands to talk to this entire AI layer.
And this, of course, just turns digital advertising completely on its head. The old model was all about interrupting you with a banner ad or a search ad at the top of the page. The new AI model is all about integration. We're talking branded suggestions inside a chat, influencing the ranking of an answer, or even making a conversational offer. It's a total shift from interruption to integration.
Which leaves us with this one final, really critical thought. For 25 years, search was a place you went. It was a destination. Now, it's becoming a utility, something as essential and as invisible as the water mains running under our streets. It's going to power the next generation of intelligent apps, and the biggest question for the next decade of the internet might just be this one. Who gets to own the pipes?